it's SimLicy here. So today I'm back with another very large suburban home, and this one is a 4-bedroom house with 3 bathrooms. It has a nice kitchen and dining room area, a living room with a little play area for the children, an office/game room, and then that's about it. There's a very large yard, which is so cool. I really like the yard. There's a swimming pool and a basketball court, and there's just so much room for different things. If you did want to download this, like the slip and slide would be easy to add in there, and a hot tub and things like that. There's so much space. You could probably add a gazebo back there. And oh, then there's the monkey bars. There's just seriously so many things you could do with this yard, because I actually intended this house to be really small, and I planned on it to have a really nice yard, which it still does. The yard's huge, and I'm pretty impressed, because usually when I build on a lot, I take up the entire lot with the house. Like, I don't know what it is. The bigger the lot, bigger the house. I can't control myself. So this house did end up being bigger than I had planned, but it's not overly massive, I think. But it's really nice, and there's a lot of brick. Just to warn you, there's a lot of brick, and I really like it. So hopefully you guys do too, and hopefully I don't get any comments about my interior brickwork, because I don't know, I think it's so pretty, you guys. I just love it so much. Like, I got inspired by a couple of different things. So I've been doing some apartment renovations, and I've been adding a lot of brick in, not a lot of brick in every one, but in a couple of them, and I've really liked it. So I wanted to do that with a suburban home. But also I just did the 10-minute build challenge where I used the red brick with some green, and I really liked the way that looked together. I mean, red and green are complementary colors, and usually I try to avoid that because it looks a little bit Christmassy, but I think with the color combination that I found in that house, I really liked it, so I wanted to bring that to a larger home. Because obviously with a 10,000 simoleon house, it's only going to be so big. So hopefully you guys like that. That's I put that up yesterday. I think so, right? Yeah, that went up yesterday, and I'm just now doing the voice recording for this. And I've had this build done for a couple of days now, but I had some issues with it. Not too many, I guess. It's just deleting of the terrain painting, because I built this in a couple different sessions and things kept getting deleted. So I did use a lot of the pavement paint, and I ended up replacing that with actual floor tile concrete because the terrain painting kept getting deleted. But I did want to save some of the cost, so this house wasn't so expensive. You know, I didn't want to put a bunch of flooring everywhere, because you'll notice in the backyard that there's a lot of pavement areas for the pool area and then the basketball court. So yeah, it's no biggie, but I think I should let you guys know in case you download it and be like, oh, there's all this concrete everywhere and there was terrain painting. But I mean, it's literally the exact same spots. They're just replaced with floor tile instead. But I wanted to mention something about my 10,000 simoleon house. So hopefully you guys like that. That was just something fun to do. I like doing build challenges every once in a while, and hadn't done one in a while. So thought I would do that. But when I went to upload it to the gallery, so I built it, saved my game, and then I went and like edited the video and stuff, and then I went to go put it back up. I'll put it up on the gallery before I uploaded the video so I could put the download link in the description. I realized that it said that the house was worth 10,000, like 120 something simoleons, and I was like, hey, I have proof, like, on camera, because what I did was I moved a sim into the lot, made sure everything was bulldozed, and then set their bank account to 0, and then cheated in exactly 10,000 simoleons. So that was the only budget I could use. You know, I figured that was the easiest way to do it. And so you can see on the camera that I did that. I spent 10,000. So I don't know what happened in the meantime of me exiting out of the game. So I did replace a couple of the items. If you do go to download that, I had to remove the outdoor trash can and replace the bathroom light to get it under 10,000. So I don't know. I have no idea what happened. So if anything has happened to you guys, I don't know. I've been having a lot of weird things happen to my builds when I've left the game and came back to them. Like this one, for instance, with the terrain painting being deleted, and then for that one, the house costing more after I left the game. I don't know. Just had a couple other weird things happen that I can't remember exactly right now too, but interesting. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it's a little bit frustrating, especially when you're doing a build challenge and you have like a price constraint, and that's because I didn't want to upload it to the gallery and be like, oh, it's a 10,000, you know, it's a 10K simoleon house, woo, and then the people will be like, well, it costs like 100 more simoleons than that. I think you failed. Like, I don't know. So I did deleted the trash can and replaced the light. So, which the light's not that big of a deal. I didn't really notice a big difference with that. But the trash can is kind of frustrating. Like, at least where I built it, though, I built it in Newcrest. It was like a trash can right out on the street. So it's not that big of a deal. But anyway, so all this terrain that I'm doing right now gets replaced with concrete, like I said. So it's the exact same spot. It's just actual floor tile instead of terrain paint. So this house is really expensive. It's like 200 and something thousand simoleons. But it's honestly a really nice house. I really, really like it a lot. It's so pretty. Like, I was kind of thinking it's like dream home in mind while I was building this. Like, it's not necessarily my dream home, but I don't think I really have a dream home. I like too many different types of houses and styles to have one particular home that I would just, I don't know, that I would just fall in love with the most, I think. But I really do like old houses with a rustic feel to them, and that's what I feel like this house has a lot of character. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's been just lived in for so many years, and it's been remodeled, it's been added on to. It has a lot of character, and I tried to make it look like the people who lived in here were kind of interesting, so maybe I'll explain that a little bit more when we get onto the interior. But I don't know if my dream home would necessarily have a swimming pool because they are so much upkeep, but I think maybe if it's my dream home, then I'm like rich, right? So I can have a pool because then somebody can take care of it and I don't have to take care of it myself, because my husband and I did own our own home before, and we had a swimming pool at that house, and it was really nice. I loved having a swimming pool. We lived in the desert, and the average temperature during the summer is like 100 plus degrees Fahrenheit, that is. I'm not sure what that is in Celsius, and I can never remember the conversion off the top of my head, but I'm sure you guys could look that up pretty easily. But yeah, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and sometimes 110, 115. So swimming pools are quite necessary where we used to live. So anyways, there are a lot of maintenance. So I don't know if that would be in my dream home, but obviously if I could have somebody else take care of it, it probably would be, because yeah, they are a lot of work. But anyway, so I did cut out some parts of this build, as you will notice, but only minor things that are just repetitive or tedious, because this video was seriously going to be like close to 40 minutes, if not more, if I left everything in. But the main thing that I did cut out that's a little bit more important is the floor plan. But seriously, you guys, the floor plan took me like 400 years. It was so horrible. It took me so long. I've never spent that long on a floor plan. Like, I don't know. I even tried to make this an interior to exterior build. Like, I was trying to think about the floor plan a little bit more when I was building this, but I suck, and that did not work whatsoever. It didn't work. It just didn't work at all. It was, I don't know. I can't express to you guys how frustrated I was with the interior. So you guys will notice that all the walls are put up. They're put up by the time I go into the interior, they're put up. So I had to cut it all out because it would have added an extra 5-10 minutes on this build, and this is sped up 8 times faster than it was done in real life. So that tells you how long it took. It was just forever. But now we're on to the interior, so you'll see the walls are up, and I didn't include any floor plan shots, which I maybe should have, since I didn't include the floor plan. Maybe I should have, but I think you guys will get a pretty good idea, since, you know, obviously I decorate every single room. You guys can see where everything is and probably how it's kind of laid out, I'm sure. But this is the kitchen, and the kitchen and dining room are all one area. And I have recently fallen in love with this flooring. I've used it in a couple of apartments, and I think it is so pretty. It just looks, I love all the brown tones in it, and I think it looks so nice with almost everything. So I might use that a lot, at least, I don't know, in the next coming builds, just because I really like it. It's so pretty. But I try not to be too repetitive. I want to keep things a little bit interesting for myself and for you guys, of course, so I'll try not to be too repetitive. And I also tried using a lot of cabinet, because I figured since this is an old home, it probably has a lot of old cabinets, because I think that's quite common in older homes. So there's that built-in cabinet area that I put the microwave on, And then I also do this cool thing on the back porch area. Well, it's not the back porch, it's like the back foyer. Is it foyer or foyer? I don't know. But I call it a back porch, which you guys might think is a little bit weird, but something my parents always did. So my parents have an old house that's been added onto, and it used to be an open like carport area, and then it's closed in. So they always called it the back porch my entire childhood. So now if there's like a back foyer area to a house, I always call it a back porch. I don't know. It's probably completely incorrect, and my parents are probably wrong for teaching me that. But if you're curious to why I call it a back porch, it's my parents' fault. I blame them. But anyway, so I built in some cabinets there and added like a cool gardening area because I had an idea in mind that the sim that lived here, or one of the Sims that lived here, was really into gardening. So I added lots of potted plants everywhere and gardening stuff, and I just love it so much. I really like plants a lot. If you guys haven't noticed, I always add a lot on the interior, and I always do lots of landscaping because I really like gardens a lot. They're so pretty, and I want a big garden myself. That's another thing I would add in a dream home, is a really beautiful garden. It's like we are living in a townhouse right now, so we have a little yard, and I really like it. It's a cute little yard, but I haven't got there's like not a lot of grass area, but there's some nice place that I could put some nice flower beds and some, I don't know, planted flowers in pots and stuff like that. So and once it starts getting warmer, I will get all that put together. Anyways, I think I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I was talking about the Sims that lived here. So I think that they would be into gardening, and also, let's see, I did 2 parents, I did a teenager, and a child sim, and a toddler sim. So I wanted there to be enough bedrooms for all different life stages, since we have all the life stages now, and well, except for preteen. But I kind of thought that I did an older brother, a middle child, that's the girl, and then a younger brother, which is the toddler. And so the girl, I kind of imagined her to be like a preteen, like maybe like 13-ish age, maybe 11 or 12. So that's what I kind of had in mind. So her room's like still very childish and really girly and kitty, but I imagined she's on the verge of maturing. So I don't know if that comes across in her bedroom at all. I mean, you see that when I go upstairs, I guess, but I don't know. I think about that a lot while I'm building it, and I've mentioned that before, but I have a lot of new subscribers, by the way. Hi. So I think I should maybe let you guys know that I always move a sim into the houses that I create, and I always plan on who's going to live here, just because it gives me a better idea of when I want to make sure I add to a home and how I want things to be decorated and things like that. So I imagined that the couple that lived here, at least the parents, used to maybe live in the city, and they are probably kind of interesting, kind of hippie-ish, maybe a little bit funky, or a little bit, I don't know, kind of cool. Like maybe they used to live in like a really cool kind of apartment, and then when they decided to have a family, they moved to the suburbs. And so a lot of the interior decoration was things that they've collected maybe from the city, they got from the flea market or cool stores or whatever that they went to while they lived there, and then they brought this back to their old house. Maybe they inherited this house and decided to have their family here. So I did make their like living space a little bit more interesting, because I feel like when I do these suburban homes, the parents' space is always so boring. Like their rooms are plain, and the walls are plain, and like the kids are the only ones that have interesting space. So I tried to keep the parents, they're cool parents, so they got some personality, is what I was thinking. But you guys might think that this is a weird place for a fireplace, and I agree with you, but it didn't make sense for me to put it anywhere else, and I didn't want to I had already struggled with the floor plan enough, so this is where I wanted the living room to be. And so it's, maybe there used to be like a really big fireplace and they removed it, and this is just like a false one. It's like a fake one, it's just gas. It's like, so it doesn't really need a chimney, right? That's what I'm gonna think. It doesn't need a chimney. I mean, there's a chimney on the exterior, and that's why I added a fireplace on the interior. I don't know. It's probably unnecessary information for you guys, but since I added a chimney and didn't want to remove it, I thought that there had to be a fireplace on the inside, and I was concerned about there not being a chimney directly in front of the fireplace, or behind the fireplace. But That's all right. Anyways, so back to the family that lives here. I wanted to mention something, and it did get brought up by Sim Logan. I've been wanting to do a series where I build homes for you guys for your guys' Sims in particular. I don't know if this is the exact idea that he had in mind, but it's something that I've been thinking about ever since I started my channel and a little bit before. But I really like building homes for Sims, and particular Sims in general. You know, like I like having an idea of who lives here. And so if you guys would like to create Sims for me to build homes for, or if you have a Sim family or a single Sim that needs a house or an apartment and you guys want me to decorate it or design it for you guys, I would really like to do that. I don't have like a solid concrete plan in mind or what to call the series, but it's something that I've been interested in doing for a while, and thought that since it did get brought up to me a little bit, I should bring it up now myself. But yeah, it's just something I've been thinking about, and like I said, I don't have a whole concrete plan for it, but I would really like to do that. And maybe if you guys want to help me come up with a name for the series or a hashtag we could use, it could be like, I don't know, I was thinking like hashtag build me SimLicy, something like that. So if you guys want to help me think of anything or want to help me get started, that would be pretty cool, because since I do have some more subscribers, that's kind of what I've been waiting on, is having more people that are interested in my builds before I started doing a series. And especially a series where it has a audience involvement, because obviously I need an audience for them to be involved. So now that I am getting more people to watch my videos, there might be more people willing to participate. So if you guys are interested, let me know. I think that would be, I don't know, I think it'd be a lot of fun. And yeah, so back to the build. This is the entryway, and I think it's pretty cute. I really like that. I don't know, it's that little statue that's on top of the magazines. It's so cute. I use it several times in this build, and what is that, like a little dragon or something? I don't know. It's a little bit Asian, you know, Eastern Asian looking, and it's pretty cute, I think. And you guys can see, I'm like, I'm gonna use this flooring everywhere. I love it. I use it in the bathrooms, and usually I do like a tile or stone type flooring in the bathrooms, but nope, hardwood everywhere. It is gorgeous. I love it. It's so pretty. I can't stand it. But I tried to do a little bit more interesting artwork and stuff on the walls, and because usually in traditional homes I kind of go with the traditional paintings, I feel like, but I don't know, I tried to keep this house a little bit more interesting. Like I said, I thought that the family that lived here had a little bit more character, and this house has character, so hopefully you guys like this. So this is kind of like the office game room area. I put a foosball table in here and kind of just make it a little bit cluttered and messy. Like, this is a big family. There's 5 Sims that live here, so things aren't necessarily going to be tidy and super neat. Like, even though this house is like 200 and something simoleons, I didn't imagine the family that lives here to be very rich. Like, they have a big family, I mean, it's a nice house, obviously. They got a pool and a basketball court, so maybe they are rich. I don't know. But it's obviously really nice, but I wanted it to look really lived in. So even though they may be a little bit well off, like kind of upper middle class to upper class, I don't know, I still want it to be kind of messy and lived in. So things are kind of cluttered, and yeah, I just think it looks really cool. And I did take a lot of ideas from my apartment builds that I've been doing, which was kind of my whole point of wanting to do more apartments, is to get more ideas for interior decorating, because I focus so much. Oh, my cats are fighting. Freaked my dog out. But that was my whole point of doing apartments, is because I wanted to get more ideas for interiors. So that little square room right there, I was gonna make another bathroom, but I decided to put a closet area because like I said, with the whole cabinet stuff, I thought there'd be lots of storage and stuff. And this is the cool gardening bench thing that I built, and I think it looks so cool. So I sized up some shelves on top of upper head cabinets and made like a table out of it. I think it looks really cool. So I just found different items for gardening and little decorations and stuff that I just thought it would look like storage, and yeah, for gardening and stuff. And I imagined all the plants in this house a person had planted themselves, and they take care of them. Like on the upper level of the house, there's a balcony off of the hallway, overlooking the backyard, and there's lots of potted plants up there, and they're all just the fake decorative ones because it was a little bit too crowded to keep the ones that they can plant themselves, which you could probably rearrange that if you wanted to and add some of those, but I thought that all of them they had planted themselves, so I thought that was kind of cool. I really liked this little back porch area. It adds a lot of character in my opinion, and I think it looks pretty cool. And I just really like this house, you guys. I think it's a little bit more different than, because I do really like building suburban homes, and I think I'm, not to like toot my own horn and sound like an idiot or anything, but I think I'm kind of good at building the exteriors of these traditional homes. Like I just really like them. I think they're so pretty, and this one I like a lot because it's just a little bit more different than things that I've done before. So yeah, I just like it. It's so nice. But now we are on to the upstairs, and there are 4 bedrooms up here. The parents have a pretty nice sized room, and then there's another decent sized bedroom with like one of those get together closets, and then the 2 boys' rooms, or at least what I had planned for 2 boys' rooms, are quite small, but I kind of thought that they maybe accidentally had the last child, like whoopsies, you know, that was that wasn't planned, so maybe they remodeled the older brother's bedroom to make some space for their new child. And I had to rearrange this bathroom a little bit because I wasn't sure if they'd be able to use the toilet where I was going to put it, so this is like the family main bathroom, the hallway bathroom, whatever you want to call it, where kids would mostly use. And I had a little bit trouble with the hallway decorating in this build, but I think it turned out pretty good. Oh, but this porch, I love it, you guys. It's so cute. I put little seating area and a bunch of potted plants. Normally I would put the balcony off of the parents' master bedroom, but in this house I didn't do that. Like, I wanted it to be more of a family space rather than just the parents hug the cool balcony. So, but I really like that. But as you can see, I put a lot of potted plants up here, and I was thinking about leaving the ones that they could plant in themselves, but I wanted a little bit more furniture and sitting room out here, so I take them out because I wasn't sure if they would be accessible. I thought that it might be hard for them to plant in, so I took them out. But I think that we can pretend that they planted all of the other ones themselves, because there are some planter boxes on the actual ground outside by the swimming pool. There's some planter boxes that they can plant their own flowers. And this is the girls' room. I end up going with a very pinky girly look, which I haven't done in a while too, because I've been trying to avoid that for my little girls' rooms and make them a little bit more interesting. But this one I made pretty girly. It has some blue in it, but it's pretty cute. I think it turned out, it's really cute. And I've made the bed like have a built-in kind of look to it with the bookcase behind it, and I've done that a couple of times in an older build and recently with some apartments, and I think that kind of creates a cool headboard built-in thing. Like, I don't know, I just like it. And I just realized I think I've said I don't know in this voice recording a lot, but I feel like that's like my filler word is I don't know. Even though I mean exactly what I'm saying, I say I don't know. Like, I have no idea what I'm talking about. This is silly. But I was going to go with that zebra print rug because, like I said, I did think she was maybe a little bit more of a preteen, but it kind of clashed too much with this room, I thought anyways. But I think, I don't know, I just imagine she's, still got her stuffed animal, but there's not any other toys other than that little kitty that little cat toy that came with the toddlers. Oh, I love that. It makes me want cats in this game so much. Like, I want my Sims to have cats because I have 2 cats, and cats, I don't think I've talked about this yet, but I really like cats. They are my favorite animal, and I might mention them other times, especially if we ever do get pets. I will probably be flipping out because I really like dogs. Obviously, I like my dog a lot. Oh, and so yesterday I took my dog to the park, and we have a nice park over by the zoo that has like a lake, and it's like a really cool area because some of my earlier videos, some of my new viewers may not know this, but I recently moved to a new town, so I'm still kind of exploring things. And my husband was working some overtime yesterday, so while I had some free time, I took my dog to that park by the zoo, and we were walking around, and she's really afraid of Mylar balloons, and she was acting all weird. And I was like, well, I don't see anything that's freaking her out. Well, there was a piñata with like these tassels, like really shiny, kind of like a Mylar balloon, and it was like bouncing around because it was hanging from a trailer, and it was like freaking her out. She was so scared. Oh, she's so funny. She's hilarious. But so I really like dogs, but I don't know, I love cats so much. They're like the coolest animal ever. I just think they're hilarious. So because I like cats, I like that toy. It's like the whole point of that pointless story. But so I thought that this hallway actually turned out kind of cute. Hallways are always so awkward because I just don't know what to hang up. But a couple of paintings, a bookshelf, and a few decorations are plenty, I guess. I don't know. It's just a hallway. There's nothing too interesting you can say about it. But I think after this we get working on the parent space, and they have their own ensuite bathroom, which is nice to have because, you know, parents want their privacy, of course, but it's pretty much the same as the other bathroom that I did upstairs. I've copied a lot of the items. You'll notice that I go over there and just use the eyedropper to copy a lot of things because, yeah, I didn't feel like being creative. And a lot of people say that they don't like bathrooms, and I don't mind decorating bathrooms. I think that they can be fun, but since this did take me a long time to build, even though I broke it up over a couple days, it's still, after decorating and you're getting onto it, especially at the same kind of rooms, it gets repetitive. So this bathroom, it's a little bit different than the other one, but yeah, I copied most of the items, so that's not that big of a deal. And this is the master's bedroom. The master's bedroom. The master bedroom. A master doesn't live in this bedroom. It's the master bedroom. Oh my god. Okay, so... Oh, and I remember that there's clocks, and I always forget that there's clocks in this game. Like, every time I go to decorate a bedroom, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a clock. Because for some reason, that's the only place you see the actual little clock icon is when you're in the bedroom category. Like, I wonder why clocks aren't in the wall decoration category, or like, you know, the what is it, the decorations, the decorations category, right? The clutter category, whatever you call that. Why aren't clocks in there? Are they in electronics? I don't know what category they're in, actually. I only ever notice them when I go to the bedrooms. But this parent's bedroom, I did try to keep pretty interesting, because like I mentioned earlier, the parent spaces usually are so boring and kind of bland and not interesting. Like, the parents are boring or something. So I tried to keep their cool parents. Like, I don't know, I tried to keep this room more interesting. So they got some clutter, and they got some cool artwork in here, and they got, not that the bed is like super funky or anything, but I think it's kind of a cool bed. I just really like the city living bed, so I thought that one looked kind of nice. Oh, and something I have forgot to mention, I did use a lot of move objects in this build because of having to use the Control 9 key to lift things up onto the shelves. So if you do decide to download this, I would be aware of that, and you might want to, you know, Control Shift C to turn on to open up the menu bar, and then turn move objects on before you download this, because things may get moved around or dropped to the floor because of using that 9 key. So I don't download houses too much, so I don't know if that's that big of a problem, but it's something that I think people should probably be aware of, because yeah, I always use move objects, but sometimes I use its abilities a little bit more than others, and this time I did use that quite a bit, just so you guys are aware. And just using that little statue and magazine thing again, because I just like it. So cute. And then I'm getting on to the two boys' rooms, and for some reason I didn't add a lot of wall decoration in this toddler room, and I didn't really notice it while I was decorating it, but when I went to go take the screenshots, I'm like, oh, I didn't really hang up any artwork for the toddler. Like, I think maybe because that wallpaper that I really like that has all the cool specks all over it, maybe because that's so detailed, I just didn't really notice that there wasn't a lot of decorations on the walls. But yeah, I would definitely go back and change that if I was you know, if I'm gonna play in this house, I would definitely add some more decorations, because yeah, I like my kids' rooms to be a lot more detailed than that. I don't know what happened, but anyway, now we're on into the last bedroom, and this is the teen boy's room, at least what I had in mind for a teen boy. And I really like this room. I think I would have liked this room as a teenager myself. You know, it's got your own computer, which I definitely did not have when I was a teenager, and you know, he's got a guitar in here and some cool decorations, and then I think he's got a stereo. So yeah, it's just pretty cool, and it's kind of I don't know, I think this room has a lot of personality, and I like it a lot. But we are coming to the end of the video, you guys, and there'll be screenshots any moment now. So I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I just want to welcome all my new subscribers, and hopefully you guys like this video and are liking all my other videos as well. I'm really enjoying, I'm just enjoying making them. I'm really having a lot of fun with my channel right now, and I feel like things are going nicely. So hopefully you guys like that, and please leave any feedback, you know, comments or suggestions that you have, and I will talk to you guys next time. All right, bye, you guys.